Happy April Fools, and we have the coverage for all of the PremierLiga games for Matchday 7 of the PremierLiga, but these are the official games that we are featuring here today. And we have a local derby matchup here today between Chessigo Blue Tigers and Red Bull Tomato, as both will take on each other here today. And also the big matchup at the top of the table, as the two Titans haven't lost a game yet in the PremierLiga, as we have the Georgington Red Devils taking on Addis Gunners. And also game highlights for all the other games also will be featuring here today for Matchday 7 of the PremierLiga. And also a managerial update during the week as Nuno Espirito Santo was sacked by the Los Andreas Pompey hierarchy, and he's been replaced by the new manager of Los Andreas Pompey as Domenico Tessalico, the former manager of RB Leipzig in Germany and Schalke, and he'll be the one we've taken over the job after Nuno Espirito Santo's dismissal during the week. But let's now go down to the matchup right here, right now, between Chessigo Blue Tigers and Red Bull Tomato. And let's get to the action right now. And here we go to the match right here, right now. Local derby game between Chessigo Blue Tigers and Red Bull Tomato. A big match between two sides at the top half of the table of the PremierLiga, as Chessigo Blue Tigers are currently in 4th place, while Tomato, however, are in 7th position. But both teams are going at it one another here today in this derby game locally between the two teams, as there's only a half an hour trip away from Tomato City to Chessigo, just crossed that highway from that city to the other city. And now in this Mexican derby, both teams will play each other right here, right now. The Chessigo Blue Tigers have got Mo Salah up front with Sadio Mane. We've got Luther Matthäus and Marco Reus. And we've got Nabil Kayate and Christian Eriksen. We've got Matt Nelson and also Jack Terry as well, and also Leno in goal. For Tomato, we've got up front, we have his Robin Van Persie and Isaac, and Iron Robin and Dwight Young, with Axel Witsel and Draxler, and also Vertonghen, Rio Wilson, and also goalkeeper David Seaman. Alright, let's get straight into the matchup between the two teams right here, right now, as it's Chessigo Blue Tigers taking on Tomato. Here we go, and let's get this contest on the way, shall we? As it's Chessigo taking on Red Bull Tomato, and let's get straight into the match here right now. As Luther Matthäus with the ball here, now to Christian Eriksen, now to Sadio Mane down the ball. I lost it now to Rio Wilson. Now Dwight Young here with the ball, and now back to now Axel Witsel, now to Rio Wilson, now to Jordi Janmaat, and now Janmaat the ball right here, now pass back to Rio Wilson. And now here's Axel Witsel again here. Now big boot there to Isaac. Now here's to Nabil Kayate. Now is Marco Reus. Now Salah on the attack here. Could be a chance here now. Here's Mane right now. Okay, that's a good defender there from Axel Witsel. And now here's Sadio Mane. And now here's Rio Wilson. Now knocks it there. Now okay, lost the ball back now to Eriksen here. Now to Dwight Young. Now Robin Van Persie. Now Van Persie, good defending right there from Chessigo Blue Tigers. Now it's Mo Salah. Oh my God, Salah gave the ball there to Mane on the attack here. Could be a chance to make it 1-0, and it does. And Chessigo Blue Tigers have got the goal, and that's a very good goal for the Senegalese forward right there, as Mo Salah and also Sadio Mane really pressed on there, and Tomato were very, very weak at the back, and all that Chessigo had to do is go 1v1 and tap it in. Very good goal, and Chessigo Blue Tigers scores to make it 1-0 to Chessigo. Good ball from Mo Salah, knocks it right there to Mo Salah, and Mane was right there to it, and a great goal for them. And Chessigo scored in the 20 minutes of the game. Very good in this local derby matchup, and the Blues will be very happy to leave here at home with the 3 points. Okay, now we're back to the centre circle. Now Rio Wilson for Tomato. Now Vertonghen. Now Vertonghen now to Rio Wilson. Now knocks it there beautifully there to now Schmeichel. Now to Vertonghen. Now to Julian Draxler. Now to Rio Wilson there. Now big boot there. Now ping there to Robin Van Persie. Now to Eriksen. Now Eriksen now on the ball right now to Marco Reus. And now Reus is through. Knocks it to Mo Salah. Could be a chance here. Could be. Good defending right there from Tomato right there. Now and a goal kick right there from David Seaman right there for Tomato. Now Seaman now passes it right there down to Rio Wilson. And now is Jordi Janmaat. Now Rio Wilson. Now Jordi Janmaat. Now is Wilson. And now is Axel Witsel. Now Dwight Young on the attack here for Red Bull right now. Trying to get back into the game. Now is Robin Van Persie. Now Van Persie's through to Draxler. And oh, what a save there from Leno right there. Good save from the German. And now here's a ball back there to Tomito again here. And now here's a good ball there to Sadio Mane. Now Mane with the ball, will hold it up there. And now knocks it there to Robin Van Persie. Now Van Persie to Isaac. Isaac, good defending right there. Down to Eriksson. Down to Luther Matthäus. Now it's to Marco Reus. And now Reus on the attack here for Chestergo. And now maybe, okay, Will Wilson wins the ball back. Now pass it back to David Seaman. Now Seaman now boots the ball out away right there. That's half time in the matchup here as it's at Tatford Bridge. As Chestergo Blue Tigers are leading the game as it's Chestergo Blue Tigers 1, Red Bull Tomito 0. Okay, we are back here for the second half, and here we go. This is it. And it is Tomito now the ball. Here's pass it there to Ian Robin. Now to Isaac. Now to Isaac right now the ball. Knocks it there to Robin Van Persie. Now Van Persie! And it's gone wide. That could have been. It could have been. It really could have been. But that's gone wide for a goal kick though. And Tomito will have a... Unfortunately didn't score that. And Chestergo got themselves a goal kick. Now Bert Leonard will take the goal kick right now for the team. And now boots it. Now Salah. Now is Isaac. Now Van Persie. Van Persie! Knocks it to Robin! Okay, that was not good. That wasn't. So that's going to be now a goal kick is going to be there for the goalkeeper right there for Bert Leno. Nice pressing there from Van Persie. And Tomito really pressed on to Chestergo's defence. But Robbie right there was very crap he was. And that was a weak shot there from him. And that's a goal kick. And now is a goal kick here. Now Bert Leno will take it. Now boots it away. Now to Salah. Now for Matthäus. Now headed away there from Tomito here. Now Isaac wins it there. Now to Ian Robin. Good pressing right here. Now to Van Persie. Robin Van Persie. Saved there from Leno. And it could be a goal maybe. Good defending right there at the back there from Jack Terry to keep that block away from the goal. As Tomito could have scored. And now another chance here for Tomito again. Now Draxler. Oh, that one-handed save right there from Julian Draxler. And now it's going to be a throw-in right now for Tomito. Now throws it down to Luther Matthäus. Now is Axel Witsel. And now Ian Robin. Oh, save there from Bert Leno. Now throws it. Now to Dwight Young. Now to Robin. Okay, that was out for a goal kick. Could have been a chance, it could have been. That's going to be now a goal kick. Now Bert Leno. Now Salah. Now Alexander Isak. Now Van Persie. Now here's a chance for Robin. Draxler, goal! And Red Bull gives you wings, and Persie might do it, could do, as Julian Draxler scores to get themselves in level. It was actually expected them to get something back after when Chestergo were leading throughout the first half, and also majority of the second half. But Tomito have been pressing on the defence of Chestergo, but they couldn't find the ball where to put it, and finally they have. And now Tomito are in level terms. Great goal right there from Julian Draxler, and Leonard couldn't stop that one. And it was a great goal for the German, and he equalises to make it 1-1 in the match. And now Draxler now back to Jack Terry, now to Pau Torres, now to Hector Bellerin. Now here's Rio Wilson, now Draxler, now Axel Witsel, now Witsel now on the press, knocks it there to Isaac, could be 2, oh, save there. Tomito have been absolutely fantastic so far in this matchup. Chestergo have been so vulnerable. And now Draxler could be, that could be a second goal for him, but it went wide for a goal kick. Very close though, I've got to say. Very close. And they've been pressed on, I've got to say there, Tomito. Since they came back from the second half, they've been really on Chestergo, I've got to say. And yeah, they're looking for a second now, they're looking for now. Now Bert Leno will take the goal kick here for Chestergo Blue Tigers. Now boots it away. Out of danger. And now Salah wins it now to Jeffrey Cooper there for the Chestergo team. And now Sadio Mane. And now here's Draxler. And now here's Axel Witsel. Now Van Persie. Now Van Persie down to Dwight Young, maybe. And now Hector Bellerin. Whoa, Dwight Young. Oh, he scores. And Red Bull does gives you wings because Red Bull are in the lead against Chestergo. And Dwight Young scores against their arch rivals just down the road from them. That will be bad, that will be for Chestergo to lose at home. Fancy losing to a team who are their next door neighbours. And they could do. And Chestergo have been so poor they've been. Even though they were leading by 1-0 in the first half. But in the second half, oh boy, Charlie Taylor's Tomato have been really pressing on. And now they've got the payback. And the Red Bull have got themselves in front. And Red Bull Tomato are in the lead by 2-1. And right there's substitution to be made. Shaqiri is going to be coming on. And Marco Royce will be coming off for Chestergo Blue Tigers. And now here's a pass there nicely there for the centre ball there for Chestergo. Now to Pau Torres. And now here's Jack Terry. Now Bert Leno. Big boot away right there. Now Jeffrey Cooper. Shaqiri. Now Naby Keita. Now is Shaqiri. Salah. On the press here. On the attack. Okay, that's going to be a free kick. That's going to be. We're in the late stage of the matchup. 5 minutes to be played. There's a bit of a fight going on here between Naby Keita and Jan Vertonghen. A bit of a fight going on between the two. And now it's going to be a tussle free kick, it looks like. I think it's a free kick for Chestergo in this matchup. Vertonghen there really took him out. Maybe they could get back in the game to make it 2-2. Then he got 3 minutes to be played yet of injury time. 5 minutes to be left. Now Eriksen's through. Oh, good header away right there. Away from Tomato. They're trying to look for a goal in the late stage of the matchup. But they're Iron Robin now. They're paced down the line here for Red Bull right now. They're hoping to get the 3 points away from home. They do against their arch rivals just down the road here in this local derby matchup. And Red Bull Tomato won the matchup by 2-1. Very good for them as it ends 2-1. Okay, that was that there from the team itself. Tomato got themselves the 3 points. They won the matchup. However, for Chestergo, they lost. And that was a very appalling game for them. They were really trying their best in the first half. And they did got themselves in front. And then Tomato were very sharp in the second. And now they've won the whole matchup. And they've got themselves the 3 points because of it. And now let's get straight into the next matchup. As it's going to be a very big battle at the top of the table between first and second. As it's the Georgington Red Devils are top of the league with 18 points. While Addis, however, are second with 16 points. As two teams are still unbeaten so far in this PremierLiga campaign. But they both meet up here today for Matchday 7. And let's get to the matchup between the Red Devils, the defending champions of the league. And they're taking on here against Addis. And we are here now for this big matchup between the two teams here today. It's top versus second as the Georgington Red Devils are taking against Addis Gunners. And what a big matchup we've got between the two teams at the top of the table, while the Red Devils have won every single match without dropping points, as they've actually won 6 games out of 6 already, and they've got 18 points in the league as they are top of the PremierLiga, while Addis, on the other hand, only got 1 point or draw, or they only dropped points only once so far this season. But every match apart from that, they won every single game. But today, they travel here today to the mighty Red Devils Stadium, and this is going to be huge. A very strong team. We've got Ronaldo up front, we've got Rooney, we've got Usain Bolt, Sanchez and Havertz and Pjanic and Koulibaly, Upamecano and Carlos and Kimmich, and also Chris Bailey. For Addis, however, the team under David Wagner doing very well so far this season. They've got Aubameyang up front, we've got Suarez, we've got Di Maria, we've got Mesut Ozil, Toni Kroos, Daley Blind, we've got Ryan James, Schweinsteiger, Ramos as well, and also goalkeeper Oliver Kahn. So let's get to the game. It's the Reds versus the Yellows. Let's get on the way, the match. Here we go, let's kick off the match here. We've got Ronaldo here, kicking off the game. And here we go, let's get it on the way. And this is the Red Devils are taking on here against Addis. Now Pjanic. Now to the ball here now to Roberto Carlos. Now Carlos now to Wayne Rooney. Now Rooney right now the ball here. Now passes it there to Cristiano Ronaldo. And now good defending from Ramos right there in the back right. I've got to say, fantastic there from Addis. The Red Devils will be a major winnable favourite team to win the whole matchup today as they're at home. And they've got a very good record so far this season compared to Addis. And now Aubameyang's through! Oh, save there from Chris Bailey right there for the Red Devils. Now he's a chance here for Pjanic. Now to Cristiano Ronaldo. Now Ronaldo now, oh, okay, good ball. Okay, defending was very, very weak at the back there, but okay. Now to Mesut Ozil. Now Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Now to Suarez. Now to Kalidou Koulibaly. Now, okay, now here's Ryan James. Now to Angel Di Maria. Okay, now, okay, that's going to be now a free kick. That's going to be right there for Addis. There's a foul right there from one of the Red Devils' player. And that was a challenge right there from Kai Havertz there to challenge Angel Di Maria right there. And Di Maria wins a free kick for Addis. And now here's Leon Sago. Take the free kick here for Addis Gunners. Now pings it all the way into the box. Now here's okay, now back to Carlos now. Now to Alexis Sanchez. Now Usain Bolt. Now to Cristiano Ronaldo here for the Red Devils here. Now to Usain Bolt. He's through. It could be through. Hit the post. It could be 1-0 up. They could have been, but he hit the post right there. He beat Oliver Kahn, but he didn't beat the goal. And that was so disappointing right there that ball didn't go to the back of the net. Now here's Aubameyang here for Addis here. And now to Angel Di Maria. Now Di Maria now the ball. Oh, it was a foul right. It's a challenge right there from yes, number 8 there, Pjanic. A yellow card, or Kimmich in fact. I can apologise about the names. It was Kimmich has been booked by the referee right there. And that's going to be now a free kick here for Addis in the match. And now here's Saga will take it. And now here's pings it into the box. And now here's now Kroos. Okay, now here's Suarez now to Ozil. Now Upamecano. And now here's Ramos. And now here's Mesut Ozil. Now here's a chance here now for Sago now. Cross it into the box here, and it's gone wide for a goal kick. Now here's Chris Bailey will boot the ball away. Now to Ronaldo, the greatest player of all time, the GOAT of football. Now to Kai Havertz. Now to Kimmich, who's already been booked already. Now to Luis Suarez now. Suarez now the ball. Now to Schweinsteiger. Now to Daley Blind. Now to Toni Kroos. Now to Suarez now. Good header there for Roberto Carlos away there for the Red Devils. Now it's a chance maybe here. Now Aubameyang. Now Koulibaly wins the ball back here for the Red Devils here. Now to Kimmich. Now to Kimmich to Havertz. Now Havertz right there now to Cristiano Ronaldo, the GOAT. Ronaldo's through. It could be through, but Addis of course did very well to keep it away. That was half time. What a game it's been between the two teams. Addis have really been holding out the Red Devils here today at Old Factory Road as the break goes, as it's 0-0 between the two sides. And we are back here for the second half, and this is it. Here we go, and let's get it underway. Now Mesut Ozil the ball here. Now passes it. Okay, that wasn't good. Now here's Pjanic here for now to Usain Bolt. Now to Alexis Sanchez. Now to Rudy. Okay, now it's gone to a way out for a goal kick here for Addis in the match. And obviously Kante is now coming on, and Kai Havertz will come off. So substitutions being made right there for the champions of the league. Now here's Oliver Kahn. Boots it for a goal kick away for Addis. Now Aubameyang. And I've got to say that Addis have done quite well, I've got to say. They've been holding out there the Red Devils, a team who've been very unstoppable so far this season. Even last season they were unstoppable. And now Daley Blind's got the ball here. Now to Luis Suarez. Suarez! A goal! Addis have equalised! And I can't believe this! I can't believe it at all. Luis Suarez has equalised against the team who are top of the PremierLiga. And Addis are only 2 points behind the Red Devils. They could knock off the Red Devils off their perch if the result stays like this. What a goal right there though for Suarez. And the Red Devils are looking to lose their first match of the season. What a ball there from Daley Blind. He saw Suarez right there and strikes it home, and Addis have scored. If they win it today, they move top of the PremierLiga and knock off the Red Devils off their perch. And the Red Devils have been dominating the league for the last 2 seasons, and that'll be massive if Addis put this one off. And now here's Usain Bolt. Now to Wayne Rooney right now. Now to Sergio Ramos. And now here's The ball nice to Daley Blind. Now, nice knock-off there to Kimmich. Now to Pjanic. Now to Pjanic here, right there to Mesut Ozil. Now Ozil right there for Addis now. To Aubameyang. Now Ozil's through. And now could be a shot. Oh, could have been. They try to look for a second goal. They look like it's the Red Devils. And the Red Devils have got to get back because they might lose their first game of the season. And it's only Addis of the only team that haven't lost a game yet this season if they win here today. And that puts Addis top of the league in 19 points as it stands. And that's big. We only got 7 games in of the season, but so far it looks so entertaining to see a team actually knock off the Red Devils off their perch. That'll be probably Addis here today if it stays like this. Now here's Schweinsteiger. Okay, now here's Kante. Now Kante now to now a chance maybe here for Wayne Rooney. Oh, that'll save there for one of a card. And he's looking for something there, but saved there for card. And now here's a chance for Ozil. Now to Sago. Knocking the ball right nicely there now to Luis Suarez right now. Now Suarez the ball here. Good chance of the attack here for Addis here. And now Buchanan wins the ball back here. Now to Alexis Sanchez here for the Red Devils here. Now to Pjanic. Now to Kante. Now Kante to Kimmich. Now Kimmich to Koulibaly. And now Koulibaly now to Kante. Now to Cristiano Ronaldo, the greatest player of all time. The GOAT. The GOAT lost the ball right there. Now to Ryan James. Now Mesut Ozil. Now Ozil knocks it to Suarez here. Looking for a second and a save there from Bailey right there. And Addis have done very well, I've got to say. And now that's going to be now a goal kick, it looks like. Or corner. I can apologise. Now Sago right now is actually crossed into the box. Header maybe away right there. And now Ronaldo now with the ball. Knocks into James Rodriguez now for the Red Devils here. Now to Roberto Carlos. Now Carlos now the ball right here for the Red Devils now. Oh, could lose it right there, but he doesn't. He holds it very nicely right there. Now pings it right away to Usain Bolt. Now Bolt now pressing on here. Now to James Rodriguez. And now, okay, chance maybe into the box here for a header, but good defend away there from Addis. Now Toni Kroos. Now here's Suarez. Now here's Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Now Aubameyang there, high pressing it right here. Cross into the box, looking for a second before the end of the matchup. And the whistle blows. And it does. And the Red Devils have lost their first match of the season. And Addis have knocked off the Red Devils off their perch. As Addis are the only team this season haven't lost a game yet. As Addis are now top of the league. We are simply not good enough here today. Losing at home and being the second best, that's not the Georgians Red Devils' standards. And I'm so disappointed as a manager to see our team to be the second best at home. And we can apologise to the supporters who come here today, pay their tickets and expect them to see us lose here today by 1-0. It's not acceptable. I don't really blame that. Pochettino was very disappointed after the matchup, as he should be very disappointed. The team who won the league back-to-back the last 2 seasons and lose at home to Addis, a team who are a team below them in the table in second place, and to lose to them at home and put themselves top of the league is unacceptable. And I can actually understand and sympathise with Mauricio Pochettino on that defeat. But now let's get to the game highlights for all the other 8 matches across the country of the top flight games in the PremierLiga, and these are the official highlights. Inter Teloga trying to get themselves in front of the match against #United. As Mbappe had a shot but saved by Ben Foster to keep that one out. And it was a nice strike for him, and Benny Boy saved it to keep the ball away from goal. And that was a good chance there for Kylian Mbappe though, but it was saved by Ben Foster. And David Beckham crossed the ball into the box, and the ball met to Frankie de Jong, the midfielder, but he wasn't close enough to the goal. And then however there, Frankie de Jong gave the ball there to Anton Griezmann and striked it, but saved there from Ben Foster. Beckham crossed the ball into the box, and there was a header there, but bounced away from #. And #United got themselves their first ever point in the PremierLiga. They were struggling the last 6 games, but finally got a 0-0 draw over Inter Teloga. And the Teloga manager Ten Hag is not happy about the result. And Carlos Tevez got himself a goal in the early stage of the matchup for Grasshoppers tonight, as it was actually a 1-2 pass from Giovanni Sissolo, and then a goal there from Carlos Tevez to put Grasshoppers in front in the matchup. And that was a good goal for him, and the Argentine makes Grasshoppers lead in the 8th minute of the matchup by 1-0 to Cobham Town. And then Grasshoppers from Powell Never gave the ball right there to Immobile, but it went wide, and that was close to make it 2-0, but it wasn't to be. And Peñola fouled Pele, the great Pele, as a referee gave a free kick to Cobham Town, and actually warned Peñola not to do it again, as he actually was not booked whatsoever, but fouled him in the process. And Grasshoppers unfortunately gave away a free kick as Edward Thomas crossed into the box, but it went to Ospina's hands. But then, however, Ospina, of course, did actually find Powell Neven for Grasshoppers, and then he gave the ball there to Joel Kensley, and then Joel Kensley right there really knocked it there to Immobile, and then Immobile right there to give the ball to Tevez to score his second goal for Grasshoppers United just before half time, and that was a beautiful goal for him, for Grasshoppers United, for the green and white stripes. And that was a very good teamwork there for Grasshoppers, and Cobham Town was very weak at the back, and Grasshoppers found a way to score against them, and that made it 2-0 to Grasshoppers. And the game ended here today at the Grasshopper Turf Stadium as Grasshoppers gained 3 points against Cobham, and a very poor side they have been in the last few games, but Grasshoppers won by 2-0 by Tevez. And Georgetown City right there had the ball from Ziyech, and Ziyech right there was fouled actually, in fact, outside of the box, and the referee pointed for a free kick. And obviously right there Mkhitaryan actually took the blame right there, and then there was actually a free kick given to Georgetown City. And the GOAT Lionel Messi had the free kick, had a shot, but hit the wall, unfortunately so, to give away a corner. And then Georgetown City from Messi crossed the ball into the box, and it was actually a header away right there for Weirnor, but then Alaba put the ball into the box, and Ziyech had a shot, but actually went for another corner. That was actually a corner again there for Lionel Messi to cross the ball into the box for the second time, and he did that. And then, however, head away from Modric to clear the ball away he did. And he did that as Neuer booked the ball away for Weirnor. Then, however, Maradona gave the ball to Thomas Hersey to finally put City in front. And they did that as Georgetown City got themselves in front by 1-0. And Georgetown City in the 20th minute of the game are in the lead. And Maradona right there really was nicely smart where to give the ball to. And he did that by giving it to Thomas Hersey, and strikes it to make City lead by 1-0 at the Airlines Arena. Then a corner kick there from Weirnor, however, in the 29th minute of the matchup from Luka Modric, as Luka Modric crossed the ball into the box, and he did that. And then a header right there was a goal from Sergio Aguero, and he puts Weirnor in level terms, just like 10 minutes after when City scored, and that was a very good goal for him, for the Argentinian. And Luka Modric crossed the ball into the box, and he did that. And then there was actually a nice header there from Aguero, and I've got to say that was a beautiful one. One of the best goals of the game so far for Weirnor in the match. And then, however, in the second half, Weirnor, Bernardo Silva knocked the ball nicely right there to Robert Lewandowski, and then strikes it to make it 2-1 in the game, to put well in front away from home. And Georgetown City looked very, very poor, they did, in the second half. And Robert Lewandowski found the vulnerable City's defence very shaky at the back, and they penalised it by putting the ball to the back of the net, as City are trailing by 1 goal in the game at the Airlines Arena. And then, however, Bernardo Silva knocked the ball there to Robert Lewandowski. And then Robert Lewandowski gave the ball there to Sergio Aguero and striked it to make it 3-1 the matchup. Another goal there for the Argentinian to put Weirnor 3-1 up in the match. And that was a very good goal, I've got to say. Strikes it beautifully right there, and Stegen couldn't stop that one from going in the back of the net. And then, however, there was actually a big fight going on between Patrick Vieira and also David Alaba, as both really scrabbled each other between each other in the match, as the referee and the players trying to separate each other, as the tensions are very high between City and Waynor. The City, of course, are losing at home, and Georgian City right there from a free kick from Neymar met the ball to Pedro, and a bicycle kicked it but went wide for a goal kick. Nice little set piece free kick there from Neymar, but then he did a bicycle kick, but it went wide for a goal kick, unfortunately. So and then, however, then Pedro gave the ball nicely right there to Thomas Hersey, and he actually scuffed that, and that was a very poor shot there from Hersey himself. That was a great ball there, I've got to say, from Pedro, and he did that. It was a scruffy shot, but went wide. But the match ended here today at the Airline Stadium, as it was Georgian City 1, Waynor 3, all thanks to Aguero and Robert Lewandowski. It took them 17 minutes from the game to put Padres in front, as Yuri Tillemans gave the ball there to Pepe, had a shot to Akafi, rebounded back to Cantona, and strikes it home beautifully to put Padres in front of the game. And very beautifully there from him in the match. And I've got to say that Pepe gave the ball to Tillemans, and then Tillemans to Pepe, shot for Akafi, and then, however, rebounded back to Cantona to make it 1-0 to Padres. And then, however, in fact, Parantos from Robert Cliff had a shot, but actually went wide, unfortunately so. And then, however, there, Thomas Partey really pinged it right into Erling Haaland. The bicycle kick was very nicely set and done, and that could have been one of the best goals of the season if that went in. But it was a good cross there from Thomas Partey, and then he met with a bicycle kick from Haaland, and that was a very good one, could have been in. But then, however, Yuri Tillemans really counter-attacked Parantos' defence. Then Cantona had a shot that went wide, unfortunately so. And then, however, Parantos got themselves back in the game as actually Kaká crossed it into Haaland. And then Haaland got headed towards it and scored. As after half-time was a great goal for the Norwegian skipper as he puts Parantos level terms in the matchup here against Padres. And then, however, there, Devon Williams gave the ball to Robert Cliff, then knocked it to Erling Haaland, and Erling Haaland was 1v1 to Hugo Lloris and tapped it into the back of the net as the Norwegian skipper scored to make it 2-1 for Parantos in the match. And I've got to say that Padres were very shaky at the back, they were, and Erling Haaland tapped it in, and they made it 2-1 to Parantos. It was a huge mistake at the back there from Remy Lex, as actually there, Greg Smith won the ball back for Parantos, and then, however, Devon Williams scored to make it 3-1 to Parantos, to extend their lead, and Padres look very, very less confident that Parantos scored another goal just 15 minutes before the game ends, and that was a very awful mistake there from Remy Lex, and then Greg Smith won the ball, and then Erling Haaland gave it to Devon Williams, and then Williams right there turned, striked it to make it 3-1 to Parantos in the match. And a very huge win right there for Parantos here today. They got themselves to 3 points away from home against Padres, a healthy 3 points. As the game ended here today, Padres Impact 1, Parantos 3. A very good start to the game for Los Andras as Alan Shearer won the ball and actually was 1v1 solo right there from Silson, and he put Los Andras in front in the game. And Los Andras were leading by 1-0 at the Westphalia Bank Stadium, all thanks to Shearer against South Coast Rangers. And then South Coast, however, with Youssef Poulsen, was in the other end of the pitch. And South Coast Rangers got themselves a goal as it was Lucas Perez scored to make it 1-1. And in the second half, Los Andras on the counter-attack as Holt gave the ball there to Alan Shearer. Then Alan Shearer right there gave the ball there to Bray Hamilton and then scored to make it 2-1 in the matchup at the Westphalia Bank Stadium. as he was 1v1 to the goalkeeper as Los Andras got themselves in front of the matchup. And then obviously Thomas Oaksil gave the ball to David Trezeguet to Youssef Poulsen. It was 1v1 to counter Dragon, and then they scored to get back into the game as it went to 2-2. And Youssef Poulsen right there was very sharp. He was really sharp up front 1v1, and he puts it into the back of the net as it's Los Andras 2, South Coast Rangers 2, and it looks like it's game on between the two teams here today at the Westphalia Bank Stadium. In the late stage of the matchup, we all thought that South Coast could actually nick it at the Westphalia Bank Stadium to might get a result away from home, as Noel Solskjaer, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's son, almost scored but saved by a counter Dragon, and that could have been all over right then the last minute of the game. I know his father loved to score last minute goals like he did in 1999 in the UEFA Champions League final, but unfortunately this shot was saved by a counter Dragon. And the match ended here today at the Westphalia Bank Stadium, as the game ended here today as Los Andras Soccer Club 2, South Coast Rangers 2 at the end of the match. And it was actually a good ball from Paul Pogba, gave the ball to Eden Hazard as he was pressing on to the Salzburg United defence, and gave the ball to Tino Werner and striked it but went wide for a goal kick. There was another chance for Goldfield Boys to score, but it was a shot from Hazard from long range, but Peter Schmeichel saved it. And that was a great shot from Eden Hazard, but Schmeichel made a very good save out of that with his hand. And however there, Kevin De Bruyne knocked the ball there to Gareth Bale, and Gareth Bale crossed the ball into the box to Tino Werner, but unfortunately went wide for a goal kick. Good chance for a set piece, but unfortunately it wasn't to be, as the ball was actually a bit further away from the goal. And then, however, the Salzburg United have got a chance themselves, actually, as Pavon almost scored to make it 1-0 to Salzburg, but saved there from Jan Oblak. And I thought Salzburg right there might get something in the matchup away from home against the mighty Goldfield, but saved there from Jan Oblak. And that was a really perfect save, I've got to say, there from him here today. And they called a kick there from Salzburg United from Johan Cruyff, passed it short there to Under. And Under, however, crossed it into the penalty box from Pavon, had a shot, but the ball went wide, unfortunately, so for a goal kick. It could have been, but a chance was given there to Pavon, but wide for a goal kick there for Goldfield Boys United. However, Goldfield got themselves finally in the lead in the 70th minute of the matchup as Bale gave the ball to Kevin De Bruyne, then Tino Werner striked it to make it 1-0 to Goldfield Boys United, and finally they got themselves a breakthrough in the game, and they've been waiting for this moment for a very long time throughout the whole game, but it took them until the 70th minute of the matchup to get themselves a breakthrough as Goldfield lead by 1-0 to Salzburg United. And then Goldfield Boys United from Paul Pogba gave the ball to Kevin De Bruyne, and then De Bruyne right there to Eden Hazard, and a shot, and it was beautifully set and done. A great strike into the goal, and the Belgian makes it 2-0 to Goldfield Boys United. And I've got to say, a lot of passing move there from Pogba there to also there from Kevin De Bruyne, and then however Hazard with his left foot strikes in that top right corner of the goal and puts Goldfield in front by 2-0 in the game at Goldfield Park. Another huge victory for Goldfield Boys United as the team, of course, won here today by 2-0, all thanks from Tino Werner and also from Eden Hazard, as the game ended by 2-0. Good start for Iceberg Forest in the game as Valencia crossed the ball into the box and a header there from Deco, and then Iceberg got themselves in front for the first time this matchup. And a very good start to the newly promoted side here for Matchday 7 of the PremierLiga, as Iceberg fans are going wild at the stadium to be in front in the game against Sporting Sun Lake. Good cross there from Valencia, and then Deco right there, that beautiful header from him to put that into that corner right there, the goal, and Iceberg are in the lead in the game. And obviously Sporting Sun Lake got themselves back in the game as they got themselves in level terms, as Wilfred Boney was pressed on to the Iceberg defence and then sweated it there to goalbies and tapped it in to save themselves a point in the matchup. And Iceberg Forest might be disappointed not to get their first win in their Premier League campaign for the first time since 1999, but Sporting Sun Lake stopped that from happening as goalbies scored to make it 1-1 in the 83rd minute of the game. And Iceberg Forest weren't giving up at all lightly in this matchup. They're looking for a second goal, but it was denied by goalkeeper Bill Houghton to keep that one out from the goal. And the match ended here today at the Iceberg Stadium, as the game ended here today as Iceberg Forest won, Sporting Sun Lake won, as both share a point here today at the end of Matchday 7 of the PremierLiga. The official results for Matchday 7 of the PremierLiga here today for April Fools. The scores were Chesco Blue Tigers 1, Red Bull Tomato 2, Georgetown City 1, Waynord 3, the Georgetown Red Devils 0, Addis Gunners 1, Goldfield Boys United 2, Portsburg United 0, Grasshoppers United 2, Cobham Town 0, Hassenfield Terriers 1, Los Andreas Pompey 1, Hashtag United 0, Intertaloga 0, Iceberg Forest 1, Sporting Sun Lake 1, Los Andreas 2, South Coast Rangers 2, Padres Impact 1, Parantos 3. Adders have knocked off the Red Devils off their perch as they move at the top of the table after beating Georgetown Red Devils by 1-0. As in third place with 15 points we have his Padres Impact. In fourth we have his Chesco Blue Tigers with 15 points. In fifth we have his Goldfield with 13 points. In sixth we have his Intertaloga with 14 points. In second we have his Red Bull Tomato with 14 points. In 8th we have his Parentos with 13 points. In 9th we have his Whale with 11 points. And Georgetown City, of course, the 10th with 9 points. In 11th we have his Hassenfield Terriers with 9 points. In 12th we have his South Coast Rangers with 8 points. In 13th we have his Los Andreas with 7 points. In 14th we have his Grasshoppers United with 7 points. In 15th we have his Sporting Sun Lake with 6 points. In 16th we have his Portsburg United with 5 points. In 17th we have his Los Andreas Pompey with 3 points. In 18th in the relegation playoff position is Iceberg Forest with 2 points. In the automatic relegation places we have his Cobham Town with 2 points. And last we have his Hashtag United with only 1 point. And the official fixtures for next week for Matchday 8 of the PremierLiga, we are featuring Addis Gunners as they will be playing against Georgetown City, and Intertaloga versus the Georgetown Red Devils. The game highlights we'll have is Red Bull Tomato versus Iceberg Forest, Grasshoppers United versus Chesco Blue Tigers, Waynord versus Padres Impact, Parantos versus Los Andreas, South Coast Rangers versus Hassenfield Terriers, and also Los Andreas Pompey and Goldfield, Sporting Sun Lake versus Hashtag United, and also Cobham Town as they will be taken on here against Portsburg United. And that's all we have time for here today for Matchday 7 of the PremierLiga, and we'll be back for next week for Matchday 8 of the PremierLiga. And that's going to be that for myself here today, Gary Walker. Until now, goodbye for now.